Okay, so if both of you can just open your chat box, I've pasted few chat links which will be related to your course. So I want you to copy paste these links in your notepad somewhere. So first link is of syllabus link. You can check your syllabus on this particular link. In case you have not enrolled yet, no need to worry. You can complete your payment process and you can join the batch. Would like to take feedback always. So if you want to give us a feedback, then just fill up this form and we'll be happy to take it. In case you want to know in detail about the batch, you can just click on this all batch detail link and you'll get to know. In case you have any further queries, you can email us at support@olympiadssuccess.com or you can drop us a WhatsApp message on these two particular numbers. Yes, we will be going to go live on the Facebook. So in case you can find an internet glitch and you will not be able to join us back by Zoom, no need to worry. You can watch this demo, which will be live on the Facebook. So let me share my screen with you all and then we'll have a presentation. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. So I welcome once again at the platform of Olympiad Success, wherein you know it is India's largest preparation platform. Where do we offer a program that is named School Plus program. It includes different subjects: mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, spoken and written, Vedic maths, and coding. What else do we provide? We do provide one online preparation classes for different boards, for different grades, and for different Olympiad examination also. That is SMO, SEMO, HKMO, TIMO, and so on. So you can meet our rank holders on the screen. They are kids like you only. So obviously you need to work hard and you can also become a rank holder like. And wherein I can see that you both are very hardworking, wherein you're already appearing for different Olympiads. So good to know that. So what all you're going to get in live sessions? It will be group sessions with around 20 students delivered through Zoom platform by a seasoned tutor. Session will be 3 days per week. Days will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Timing will be 6:30 p.m. till 7:45 p.m. with 5 minutes of break. So session will be of 75 minutes. The session will include mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions. What all you'll be going to get? You'll be going to get reading material, which will be available on the dashboard. Soon I'll be going to give you that. So these all are the relevant links. No need to worry. Links have been pasted in the chat box and will again be pasted in the chat box. So first link is of syllabus link. You can check your syllabus over there. Fees for this course is 12,264 rupees. It is 55 session course. Payment can be made by clicking on this particular link. So in case you have not enrolled yet, you can enroll for this particular course. What all you need for the classes? Just a laptop or desktop with good internet connection, a headphones for better audio clarity, and of course, every day extra time for the practice of your lump examinations. So your live classes will be going to start from June 4th, that is coming Friday. So in 2024, we have students from more than 5,000 schools across India and abroad. So yeah, that's all about the class information. Now let me share my screen once again to take you through a dashboard. So here you go. Platform wherein you can see you need to just enter this URL olympiasuccess.com. Over here, you'll be going to enter your email ID. As of now, I'm entering one of our demo account, but you will be going to log in with your registered email ID with which you will register with us. Okay. So I'll show you how you can have access of your material. Sign in. After signing in, you'll get your profile details. Check it in case you find any error, you can update it over here. Click on live classes, wherein you'll be going to get your entire material. Select your subject, and of course, topic. So you can see there are so many topics for your preparation. So you can see everything is customized and designed for your better understanding. Schedule is there. Question papers are there. Answer key is there. Reading material is also there. So in schedule, you will get the clarity. In this session, you're going to cover which particular topic. So after every session, you can see there's a test discussion. So whosoever has joined us before also and whosoever are taking up other classes also, they must be aware of it. That test discussion means you'll be going to get a mock test before a day. You just do it at home, and in coming session, you will be going to discuss it with your mentor along with your doubts. Yes, you can attempt your worksheet that I'll show you. Okay. So here is the schedule for your reference. Okay, so in last there'll be session, there'll be super classes. Super classes means previous year papers we'll be going to cover in these sessions, okay? Because Olympiads are meant for more and more practice. So here is a holiday calendar. Of course, we are living in North, so we do have festival holidays, so we don't want you to miss any of the session unnecessarily. Here you go with the reading material. So there are two sets. I'll be going to show you just one for your reference. So one set, one question paper, second set, second question paper. Okay. So this is what Pratham you're asking for the question. Yes, you can solve your exercises after the classes. Okay. So in this topic, we'll be going to have an in-depth knowledge. Where is the question paper? Here are the questions. So the moment you're done with the question paper, you can check your answer keys parallelly, okay? Don't download your answers beforehand. So here is the answer keys. So there are two sets you can see as per the exercise, as per the theory. So moving ahead, you'll be having a more practice that is under section of worksheet. Select on worksheet, select your subject and click on take exam. So one of you were talking about cells. So let me show you the worksheet. Click on take exam, read instructions carefully, pick this small box and start worksheet. Once you click on start worksheet, let's see how many of you know the correct answer. So quickly type this answer. Which of the following is not a part of nucleus? So the options are given. Just type your answer in the chat box. So first answer I'll be going to fill it over here. Okay, so we got the answer. Oh, what a coordination. Okay, click on next. So in this way, you have to fill all the answers. And once you have filled the answers, you can submit your worksheet. For that, you need to click on finish button. Yes, I will read all the questions. So the best part for platform is the moment you have done, you can check performance parallelly. Click on performance button, which is right after the worksheet icon. Select the subject and you can see the date. Today is 30th of May. So we'll be going to click on the worksheet view button wherein we can see the performance. Yes, you both are absolutely correct. So Abhinav sir has got a brainy students in his class. So you can review it also. Okay, so yes, that's pretty much about the dashboard. So let me log out and stop sharing the screen. This is how you can have access of your material, and that was about your classes. So now we are open for the Q round. If anybody is having any doubt, needed clarity, feel free to put your questions in the chat box. We'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, we'll be going to invite your mentor, Mr. Abhinav, at the platform to give provide a brief introduction about him and to start with the demo. So shall we begin with the demo then, with his introduction? Okay, so with this, over to you, sir.
Is everybody able to hear me? Am I audible? Yeah. Hi, Priti. How are you? Hello, Pratham. Are you guys able to hear me? Okay. All right. So let me give a quick introduction of myself. Okay. My name is Abhinav. I'll be taking you classes, and the main thing that you have to know about me is I am a curiosity-oriented person. Okay. I like curiosity. Weird questions that you can't find on the internet, okay, or that your teachers don't tell you, okay. I am your go-to person. So my methodology is I reward curiosity. Okay. If, let's say, for example, if you are studying about regarding any kind of topic, the main thing that you have to remember is we should not mug up. Okay. What we have to do is we have to understand the concept. All right. Now, talking about myself, I did my graduation from University of Delhi, and after that, I have been in various companies in different positions. I love teaching. That is why I'm with the Olympiad Success team. I have been teaching since literally when I was in 8th, 9th grade. I used to teach my friends also. In 11th and 12th, I used to teach my friends calculus and trigonometry. And after that, like I have a knack of teaching. All right. I have also got experience in teaching international students from US, Canada, Singapore. Okay. Some of my hobbies include sketching. I love to travel. I have traveled to around 21 states in India and a couple of countries outside India. I used to be a state level swimmer. I still am an athlete, but due to certain injuries, my swimming career gone boom. Okay. Anyways, Pooja ma'am, are you there in the meeting? Like, have you shared all the, like, sorry for joining late.
Yes, sir, everything is done. You can continue with the demo.
Like, you,
Yeah, yeah,
can I
you can,
continue?
you can, yes, please.
Okay, yeah, all right. So let's start off today. We can, okay. So your volume is low. Is my volume low for everybody or like my volume is too low? Wait, let me check.
No, it's absolutely fine for me.
It's fine for you.
I think they are not using the earplugs. Maybe that's the concern.
Is it coming fine now?
Yes, absolutely great now.
I switched my microphone. Yeah. All right. Okay, then let me share my screen to all of you. Okay. Today we will be having a short session on force and pressure. Okay. But before that, we will be having a brief discussion regarding physics. Okay. What all things you can expect from us. Okay. What my approach will be towards learning and all of these things. I'll be frank, I'm not going to be your regular CBSE teacher from school, although I am myself a CBSE student. I hope you are from CBSE or like ICSE or anything else. Anyways, see, physics is just physics. These are different boards. That doesn't matter. The main thing that we have to take away from my session, as I have reiterated again and again earlier also, I love curiosity. Okay. How an IC engine works, how an air condition works, how a fridge works, all of these questions that I had when I was a kid. Okay. I want you people also to have that kind of nature, not just regarding studies or marks or Olympiad, but it is this mentality is going to be helping you a lot in future, irrespective of whatever field you're going to be joining, right? Like you can join in medical field or engineering field or creative field, art, anything. Okay. Curiosity is always going to reward you. Okay. And see, previously we did not have AI or internet or Google. Whatever questions we used to have, we used to either go to the library or ask our teachers. Certain times the teacher also would be hearing that question and wondering that question for the first time himself or herself. Right. So we did not have complete answers to everything. All right. Now in my classes, I'll be taking you away from the topic for at least 5 to 10 minutes every session so that you will be able to connect the dots from the present topic to your outside ones. Okay. All right. So let us start off with force and pressure. Now, before force and pressure, let me ask, or sorry, let me just discuss regarding scalar vector quantities, physical quantities in such. Okay, I hope you know what is the meaning of physical quantities, right? Physical quantities, physics, the study of how objects interact with each other, right? Physics, that is called physics. So many scientists, so many physicists, they have developed, they have discovered certain laws, okay, on the basis of which our nature is interacting with us or we are interacting with the nature. Getting my point? So there are certain physical quantities like time, length, weight, mass, so all of force, pressure. So all of these are different physical quantities which we can measure, right? In grade 6th and 7, you must have certain basic preliminary idea regarding physics, right? Like obviously you are studying science as a whole, okay, but different chapters have been segregated into like physics, chemistry, and biology, right? We are going to be covering everything. Now, if we talk about the two kinds of physical quantities, that are scalar and vector, I hope you must have heard regarding these two things. At least some idea you must be having. Now, there are certain quantities, let's say for example, mass. Okay. And another quantity, let's say, that we are going to be having a discussion today, let's say force. Okay. Force is a quantity, physical quantity, and mass is also a physical quantity. Right. Now, if you ask me, sir, what is your mass? Okay. And mass and weight also are two completely different things that we are going to be discussing. Okay. But let's say, for example, my mass is 75 kgs. Okay. My mass is 75 kgs. Now, is there any kind of direction involved here? No, right? Doesn't make any sense. Array, you are 40 kg or 40 kgs in which direction? This question doesn't make sense in itself, right? So it is a scalar quantity. It means physical quantities which only have a numerical value. Okay, they have a magnitude. Magnitude means numerical value. Magnitude, right? Magnitude means numerical value of something. Okay, let's say if we talk about my length or my height. Okay, I am 5 feet 11. So I'll say my height or my length is 5 feet 11. That is the value. It's called magnitude. Now, if we talk about other quantities like force, which we are going to be studying, okay, right now. Let's say, for example, I'm applying a force, let's say it is of 10 Newton, right? Here, direction comes into play. You can easily ask this question, are 10 Newton you're applying, but where? In which direction? This direction, that direction, back, front, north, east, where? I'm applying that force where? In which direction? So where in those quantities, both magnitude and direction, both make a sense, that those are called as vector quantities. That's it. Very, really simple thing. Okay. In any case, you will see, let's say, for example, time. Time is what? Scalar or vector? Time is scalar quantity. Time is a scalar quantity because it does not have any kind of direction. It was only one direction, forward. We cannot travel back in time. Not back, no back to the future seen here. Okay. We are only traveling forward in time. We cannot travel back. Like at least until now, we don't know what about like in future. But time as such is a scalar quantity. Got it? Now, if I talk about force, students, okay, what is force? It is either a push or a pull. That is called as force. The basic definition, the most basic definition that you can think of about force, it is either a push or a pull, that is called as a force. When one object pushes or pulls another object, you say that the first object exerts a force on the second object. Okay. All right. Now that force is measured in a unit called as Newton. Named after, this unit is named after Isaac Newton, right? Now, Isaac Newton, I hope everybody knows some interesting fact about him. He was barely 20, like he was very young when he developed all of those things that we are studying right now. Okay, just now we had a pandemic, right? Coronavirus pandemic. That time in 1600s, there was also a pandemic, widespread pandemic. Okay, Newton was also working from home, remote work. Okay, in his university. So in those pandemic time, in very short period of time, he developed a whole new branch of mathematics that is called as calculus, that you're going to be studying in 11th and 12th. Okay, differentiation and integration. He developed an entire whole new branch of mathematics called as calculus. He wrote down the three laws, Newton's three laws of motion. Okay. He also discovered, or he also wrote down, and he worked significantly on diffraction. Okay. He also worked significantly on what we call that uh, spectrometer also. Okay. Another thing you must have heard about Newton's wheel. Newton's wheel. I guess you must have did this. You must have done this experiment in grade say, 6th or 7th, where there will be a wheel and you are going to be coloring it with 7 different colors of the rainbow. And he also worked on that. So many, and yeah, on gravitation also, Newton's laws of gravitation. In class 9th, you're going to be studying. There is an entire chapter on gravitation. So many things he discovered at such a young age. Okay. So, and because of him, all of these, mechanics, fluid dynamics, whatever engines we are using, whatever technological advancements that has happened, everything is because of him. All right. So there are some units which have been named after scientists. Like you must have been familiar with Celsius and Fahrenheit. Okay. Celsius and Fahrenheit. These are units of measurement of what? Temperature. They have also been named after scientists. Okay. Watt, the SI unit of power. Okay. Joule, the SI unit of energy. So all of these have been named after scientists. Okay. These are units. Now, when I talk about units, I'm going to be slightly deviating a bit for 2 minutes. When we talk about units, there is something called as SI unit. What is the meaning of SI unit? Anyone, you can just type in 2 words in the chat box if possible. Ritik, Pratham, both of you can try. SI unit. What is the meaning? I have not yet got any responses. Yeah, standard unit or system international or international system of units. Correct, both of you. Okay. Now, actually, the units that we are using today, like foot, okay, pound, foot, ounce, they are called as imperial units. Now, previously, the problem was that let's say, for example, if this table is 4 feet for me, it might be 5 feet or 6 feet for you because our foot sizes will be different. Because I am a tall guy, obviously my foot will be longer, right? All right. So foot as a standard foot, we cannot deal with that. All right. So imperial system was slowly replaced and accepted all over the world by SI system, system international system. 1 meter here will be 1 meter everywhere. Okay. And SI unit also has another advantage. It always is a multiple of 10. Interconversion is really simple. Okay. 1 meter will be 100 centimeter. 1 centimeter will be 10 millimeters. So it is always a multiple of 10. 1 kilometer will be 1000 meters, like that. But if we are converting between imperial system, that is foot, pound, all of these things, inches. So if we are converting between that and SI, it is really cumbersome. Got it? And their conversion system is very weird. 12 inches make 1 foot. Does that make any sense? 12 inches make 1 foot. Okay, so their conversion system is entirely weird, and only one country that we know, the great USA, uses that system right now. All the others have shifted to SI unit. Even NASA itself uses SI unit system. Okay, but the US people, I don't know what. But anyways, so yeah, we discussed regarding SI unit system, right? Now, units have come in all different shapes and sizes, literally. To measure a small thing, we are obviously going to be using smaller units. Let's say, for example, you want to measure this pen. Are you going to be using kilometer or miles for this? No. We are going to be using centimeters. Let's say, for example, if you are going to be measuring a grain of sand, you will be using millimeters. Okay. Like longer distances, you're going to be using kilometers. All right. Even longer distances like interplanetary distance or distance between one star system to another star system, you're going to be using light years. Okay. The distance which light travels in 1 year. So it is extremely a vast spectrum. That is why we have developed these variety kind of units. And for everything, all physical quantities will be on, we have to use units only. Okay. Now, similarly for force, we are using Newton. Now, there are certain effects of forces. Okay. Force can move a stationary object, whatever is in rest. Motion will be created with the application of force. Right? Rest to motion, motion to rest, both of these things are possible. Can increase or decrease the speed also. Force can increase the decrease parsec also, yes, correct. Okay. Interplanetary, okay, like when we are talking about such a huge scale, the measurement system and the units, obviously they will be huge. All right. Now, force can change the direction of motion. Force can change the shape and size of the object. So many things can be done. Like these are the effects of forces. Okay. Now here, again, slight fundamental part let's discuss regarding rest and motion. Okay. Rest versus motion. Okay. Rest versus, what is the difference between rest and motion? How do we define? How can we practically define rest and motion? Like all of you, Briti, Pratham, are you guys at rest right now? Yes, like without thinking, you said yes. But technically, are you sure that everybody is at rest? Earth is moving, right? At a tremendous amount of speed. Earth is moving at thousands and thousands of kilometers per hour speed. An astronaut about ISS, if we ask this question to him, will he say yes? No. He will say everybody is moving. We, along with the entire world, like our house and everything, is moving at tremendous amount of speed. So this rest and motion concept, these two concepts, they are defined by frame of reference. Very important. Frame of reference. I hope you have studied this frame of reference in grade 7. At least you must have some preliminary idea regarding this. Very important concept. When we are talking about frame of reference or reference frame, it is really important concept of physics. Okay, based on this only, we are going to be solving all the problems in forces also. Okay, in motion chapter also. Yes, motion and rest, they are relative. Yes, relative motion. Let's say, for example, you are going at 100 kilometers per hour and another car beside you is also going at the same exact speed of 100 kilometers per hour. Both of you are at rest with respect to each other. If frame of reference changes, our perceivance of rest and motion also changes. We will perceive rest and motion in completely differently. Okay, so technically speaking, nothing in this universe is at pure true rest. Nothing. Everything is moving with respect to one another. Got it? All right, simple fundamental thing just I wanted to discuss. Let us move forward. And while solving problems in motion, the frame of reference will always be specified to you. It's not like it will not be specified. Okay. And we are going to be doing numerical questions also on the basis of that. Now, vector quantity and scalar quantity we have already discussed, right? Now, let us discuss contact forces and non-contact forces. Okay. What is the difference? It's there in the name itself. Contact forces versus non-contact forces. Now, in non-contact forces, like gravitational force, electrostatic force, magnetic force, the objects, they need not be in contact with each other, right? They can exert a force from a certain direction also. Getting my point? But muscular force, frictional force, and any kind of push or pull, they're all contact-based forces, where one object needs to be in contact with another one in order to exert a force. Contact forces are forces that exert each other in a direct contact. Yes, air resistance is also kind of friction. Okay, air resistance is also a kind of friction. See, friction is actually a broad term. Friction can happen inside water also. That is also called friction. Technically, water and air both are considered as fluids. When we say fluids, many students just think that fluid means water or any kind of liquid. No. Fluid means, it's in the name itself, something that can flow. Flow, fluid. Okay, it all depends on the density. Like glass. Okay, glass is technically not defined as a solid. A glass is actually liquid. It is a viscous liquid. Okay, it is technically not defined as a solid. It is a viscous liquid. Like, let's say, for example, honey, like water and honey. Okay, water, make it more stronger and more viscous, it will become honey. Okay, honey, if it is again solidified, again it is more and more viscous, it is going to turn hard. Okay, so where do we draw the line? Okay, this thing has baffled physicists for a long time. Where do we draw the line? Where can we draw the exact line? No, this is a solid and this is a liquid. Okay, so many scientists, they considered glass as just a viscous liquid. Okay, not a solid. You know the reason why? Because certain things have specific melting points. Let's say, for example, iron. Iron will melt, let's say, at 1500, 1600 degrees Celsius. Until 1500, iron is going to remain solid. Okay, there will come a specific time when it will start to become liquid. But glass, as you start to heat glass, the glass will become mushy kind of thing. It will become kind of squishy and it will be start to pour down. It will lose its shape gradually. There is no such kind of exact temperature that no, it is going to start melting. It has a broad range of temperature. It will become slightly soft. It will start to pour down and behave like a liquid. Okay. So various different definitions you will come across in physics. Nothing is, constant except the laws of physics. Okay. Now let us move forward. So we discussed regarding different varieties of forces, contact forces and non-contact forces. Air resistance, okay, sometimes also called as a drag, which airplanes and submarines face. Drag force, okay, those are also in the range of friction only. They are kinds of frictional force only. All right. Now, if we talk about net force, okay, when we talk about net force, students, okay, it is a sum total. It is the sum total of whatever force is acting on an object. All right. Now here we will know why force is a vector quantity. Now remember, students, in mathematics, only negative values exist only in mathematics. Negative values do not exist in real life. Let's say, for example, I'll say -5. What does -5 mean? Does it have any kind of sense? Does it make sense to you? -5. I saw 5 birds today. Now Pratham will say, no, I saw -5 birds today. Does it make any kind of sense? The maximum we can say is 0 or nothing. Either I saw 0 birds or I saw 1 bird or 2 bird. -5 birds does not exist. Or -1.5 bird does not exist. Okay. So when we talk about negative things in physics, it actually defines its direction. Okay. That is where magnitude and direction both comes into play. That is the reason why we are studying about vector quantities. Let's say, you must have studied about number line, right? Number line. We have 0 here. Towards right, we have all the positive values, and towards left, we have all the negative values. Similarly, as a conventional notion in physics, we have taken whatever happens towards the right is positive, whatever happens towards the left is negative. It is just a convention. It is not a hard and fast rule. I also know I will take right side as negative. I'll take the right side as negative. No, nobody can do anything to me. Okay, it is just a convention. It helps us. Now, if I take the negative right side as negative throughout the entire problem that I'm solving, I have to maintain that rule, or else my entire calculation will be incorrect. Okay. Now, negative and positive. Who invented this? No, right side will be positive, left side will be negative. Some mathematician, his favorite side must be right side. So he said that, okay, right side should be positive. It doesn't make any sense. Why didn't he not take the left side as positive? Okay. Just like the people who are discovering species, they are naming the species after themselves. Tomorrow I'll discover a species, I'll name the species Ashish after myself. Nobody can do anything to me. Okay, it is up to my beliefs and my thought process only. Okay, so whenever, let's say for example, I'm applying, there is a box here. Okay, and let's say I am applying 50 newtons of force from left towards right. Okay, and let's say Briti is applying 5 Newton force from right side to the left side. Will the box stay at rest, or will there be any kind of motion? There will be some kind of motion, right? Because there is unevenness is there in the force that is being applied. Okay, there is uneven force, imbalance or unbalanced forces, we can say, right? So 15 newtons towards the right and 5 newtons towards the left. So overall, what is the force? 10 newtons. Overall, if we see overall 15 and 5, overall they're making 10 newtons of force, and that 10 newtons of force will be towards right. Okay, that is called as the net force. Okay, that is called as the net force. The combination of all the forces acting on an object is called as the net force. Okay, and that net force is the one which will determine whether an object moves and also in which direction it moves. Clear? Now let's say, for example, Briti is applying 50 newtons of force instead of 5. Okay, now she will win. Okay, now what is the net force? Now what is the net force? 35 newtons, right? So 35 newtons towards left. 35 newtons towards left. Or I can write it as negative 35 newtons. Here negative value comes into play. This negative value, remember, many students, they get confused regarding this negative value. Separate mathematics from physics. Yes, mathematics is a very important part of physics, but there are some things in mathematics which does not make any sense in physics. Just like negative number does not make any sense. If we are talking about negative, it means that only the direction is opposite. Clear? Okay. We can also write 35 Newton or 35 Newton towards left. Towards left. This is also correct. This is also correct. Both are okay, no problem. Now, similarly, if both sides are applying the same kind of force, okay, if both are applying, like here also 50 Newton and here from this side also 50 Newton, then there will be no change in, like, it will not have any kind of motion. It is called as balanced force. The forces are completely balanced. Cancels out, like 50 Newton from left side and will cancel out the 50 Newton from the other side. Completely cancels out. That's called as balanced force. Okay. Until this one understood? There will be some problems we're going to be discussing in our main sessions. We're going to be discussing in-depth problem approach. We are going to be discussing, okay, how to deal with problems, especially in physics and chemistry. Okay, don't worry about that. Now, this one, vector, we have already discussed actually, even before this also. Vector has a magnitude and direction both. Direction comes into play here. All right. Now, if let's say we are pushing the box both in one direction only, so there will be a net addition of forces, right? So this 150 will add up and become 150. Simple logic, simple logic. If opposite directions the forces are playing out, then we have to subtract them. Simply, clear? All right. Okay then. So let us move forward. One last thing that we need to discuss. Okay, as we are nearing the end of our demo. Okay, just give me one moment. Okay, yeah. These things we have discussed, gravitational force. Okay, gravitational force is present in every object. You also have gravitational force. I also have gravitational force. But our mass is so tiny. It is so tiny that the entire gravitational force is negligible. You're going to be studying next year. Okay, the gravitational force formula F is equal to G, capital G, m1 m2 by r square. This is the formula for gravitational force. Now you can easily see here that a gravitational force in between two objects depends on their mass. Okay, and it also depends on the distance between them. It is inversely proportional to the distance between them. We are going to be studying this in 9th. So the greater the distance between two objects, the lesser and lesser the gravitational force will become. And the greater the mass of the two objects, the more and more the gravitational force will become. So our our mass is so tiny that our gravitational force is virtually negligible. Got it? Okay. Now, before moving forward, last thing I will discuss today is regarding how to write units. Okay. Now, there is a rule, always remember that the units which have been named after scientists, I think you must be already knowing this before. The units which are named after scientists, they are always, when written in full, they're always written small, Newton like this. This is correct. Okay, I can write 10 Newton like this. I cannot write 10 Newton like this. No, incorrect. Okay, also when using the short form for the same thing, I can write 10 Newton. When writing the short form, the N will be capital. This is correct. This is wrong. 10 Newton, no, this is wrong. Okay, you must have seen that every other unit like kg, small, meter, small, okay, liter, small, all are small letters. But the moment we switch to units which have been named after scientists, we write capital letters. But when writing full form, we write all of them as small letters. Okay, if I say like 15 joules of energy, okay, I'll write like this. Or 15J, capital J. Okay, these are some of the rules. So I hope everybody enjoyed today's session, right? I'm hoping to see you guys in our main sessions. Okay. Again, be curious, have questions. Lots of students have asked me like such question that even I don't have any answers. Okay. Right now, ChatGPT is helping me a lot, but a year back there was no ChatGPT. Okay. I had to see a lot of videos on YouTube and stuff. I follow a lot of YouTubers. If you are interested in like science, or if you are interested in geology, you can follow PBS Eons. Okay, that's a really good channel, PBS Eons. You can follow Veritasium. Okay, and you can also follow many Nile Red for chemistry. Okay, you can follow Nile Red. He's a really funny guy. I've been following him from like the last 4 or 5 years. So many YouTube channels I follow. Like I watch a lot of videos, especially PBS Eons. Uh, if you like, after you enroll in coal and petroleum chapter, we'll be discussing a really interesting thing, which all of you must have skipped in your minds. And even I also didn't know about that. I learned 2 years back from a PBS Eons video. Okay, it's a really simple thing. Majority of our like us, we don't think about it, but it is true. Okay, even school teachers, you can ask the school teachers, they will be unable to answer this. Okay, right. In coal and petroleum chapter, we'll talk about that. Can photon be frozen? I have really no idea. I'm not a physicist. Okay. I am not a physicist. The max I can say is that photon is nothing but just packets of energy. All right. Quantum mechanics. When you study regarding quantum mechanics, what is the meaning of quant? Quant means quantity, right? Quantity means any kind of numerable packet that is called as photons. So light energy, according to Einstein, all right, it shows both particle nature and wave nature. You're going to be studying in grade 10th, I guess, 10th or 11th, I don't know. Like, I teach so many grades, it's a hodgepodge in my head. So you're going to be studying quantum physics in grade 11th or 12th, I guess. So a really interesting topic. You'll be studying both wave nature, particle nature of light. You'll be solving problems. Okay, and so many different things. It works like viscosity, just like coal tar. Yes, coal tar again. Coal tar, we cannot say that it is simply a liquid or it is simply a solid. It has a range of viscosity level. Okay. One time it will be solid, other time slowly it is going to be liquefying. We cannot have a specific melting point. We cannot have a specific boiling point of that. So that some scientists, they say that it is just a viscous liquid. Okay, nothing else. Okay, so that will be all for today, students. Okay, so any questions if you guys have, you can shoot. If you guys have any questions, you can shoot. Now we'll be having, after you enroll, we are going to be having sessions on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I guess. It will be 1 hour, 15-minute session. Okay. And after completion of every chapter, one whole session will be dedicated to higher order thinking skill based questions. Okay. Actual real Olympiad questions we are going to be solving. Okay, I'll be creating some questions of my own and you will be given test papers we'll be discussing on after the completion of every topic, every chapter. For now, obviously, we are going to be sticking to your book only, NCERT textbook only. Those chapters we'll be studying, but we are going to be studying a lot of extra info regarding those chapters. Okay, we are going to be solving a lot of Olympiad questions from those chapters. So overall, you can expect in these 3-4 months, you're going to be having enormous knowledge. Okay, and I like to give as many extra info as possible. Whatever I know, I share it with my students. Yes, you're saying something, Priti. Actually, I'll not be able to mute. Okay, you can unmute yourself, right?
I I can say.
Yeah. Please say what you're saying.
Sir, in our syllabus, in the ICSE syllabus, there's a chapter called Atomic Structure. So
We can
if
study.
I had any doubt regarding that chapter, could I ask in this class?
Of course. Whatever related to science, I'll be happy to address. Okay. I love science and mathematics, so anything you ask will be fine for me. All right. I've been teaching since a long time now. Although I'm not currently a teacher by profession, I work as a content manager in a product-based company. So my work is completely different. I am into creative field. I design a lot of things. I design websites. I'm into research, market research, product management, content management, all of these things. But my passion is teaching. I've been teaching since a long time. So I like teaching. That's it. Okay. I also have 4 cats. I like cats. Yeah, I'm a cat dad. I have 4 cats. One was sleeping here. Must have ran off. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Pratham, you want to say something? You are unable to mute yourself? Or,
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, in our just as BT, in our syllabus, there's also one chapter, nuclear energy and radioactive materials. So
yeah, you can, study about that.
okay,
See, actually, Science Olympiad, it focuses generally on CBSE curriculum. Okay, that is happening in India
yes,
since
sir.
a long time. Okay, so if you have doubts, yeah, we can have. Okay, but not right now. We have to stick to the particular schedule. Okay, after the schedule ends, we'll be having super classes at the end of 50 or 55 sessions. I don't know how many sessions are there. So we'll be having 5-10 super sessions or super classes. So there we can discuss your doubts. Okay, we'll be discussing a host like a lot of questions also. So whatever doubts you'll be having, we can discuss.
Sir, because like in some Olympiads which I participate, such as in VVM, like there is one chapter rotation motion, like which comes in JEE Advanced. So like I am watching videos on that and I am preparing for that only. So which is a
Okay,
part
okay.
of force and pressure. Yes, sir.
Actually, rotational motion is there. If you talk about CBSE, rotational motion is not there even in 9th and 10th also. It is there
Yes.
in 11th. But for
But sir,
ICSE, it is there in, I guess, in 9th and 10th.
hmm,
Right? Even in chemistry also, molality, stoichiometry, these all things. Stoichiometry is not there in grade 9th and 10th. It is there in 11th and 12th for
yes,
CBSE. Okay. If you look at the previous year syllabus, previous year question papers, like 5-10 year question papers, you will see it broadly follows CBSE curriculum only. Okay. Like the National Science Olympiad. The NSO we're talking about, it follows the CBSE curriculum only. It is not like ICSE stuff is rarely there. I don't know if it is there or not there. Okay. So I have to check regarding that. But we are going to be sticking to our schedule. Okay. After the sessions and everything ends, we are going to talk about your doubts and stuff. Okay. Not today. Not today, Pratham. Okay. I'm bound by rules and regulations. Okay, not today. We can have that discussion sometime else. All right. So bye all of you. I hope all of you enjoyed today's session. Okay. Bye. See you in class.